Hi, Alan. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Malcolm. Pleasure to be here.
So, a parliamentary researcher was arrested on suspicion for spying for China. What does this mean for the UK and our relationship with China?
Well, it's a good question to ask what it will mean. There's what it should mean and what it might mean in practice, which may be two different things. What it should mean, of course, is that China is recognised for the threat to our national security. It undoubtedly is. This is just the latest in a long string of incidents where it's been quite obvious that the Chinese wish us, not well in terms of our national security, in terms of the sort of sanctity of our discussions in Parliament, and to actually have a British citizen, it would appear, at least from the allegations, engage in this is as a sort of very interesting rise of sophistication of the Chinese methodology here.
So, you mentioned that the alleged spy is a Westerner, is British, rather than being Chinese. So, do you think this could be an overlooked security factor when vetting for government staff?
Yes, most definitely. I think what we've got here is, if you like, the evolution of tactics, which is understandable from the Chinese front. You want to find whoever you can who is the least likely person to be suspected, of working for you, and then insert them where you can. So obviously, trying to reach out to Western nationals in Western countries is a sensible approach from the Chinese espionage point of view. But it does, of course, remind us that we have to be vigilant against every sort of possibility of Chinese or indeed other country infiltration.
And just finally, so Rishi Sunak appears to be taking a softer stance against China since he's been leader. So originally, he was during the leadership campaign, he was saying he would label China a threat, but he's now backed down from them and called them a systematic challenge, I believe. So, do you think that this revelation would be a wake-up call to him?
Well, yes, I think it was an epoch-defining challenge was the actual the term. Yeah, I hope it's a wake-up call because I think what it should show is that whatever posture the British government might put out to China, China has one posture towards us. They view us as a rival. They view us as perhaps a threat to them, and they are determined to gain whatever advantage they can in their dealings with us by using whatever methods are available to them. Now, again, that's not the activities of a friend. That's the activities of a threat to you. So it's really it's time for the Prime Minister and others in the political sphere to recognise what's staring them in the face, which is there is a large country called China, which is ruled by a communist party, which is a communist party. That's what it is. It may have changed economics, but it remains focused on its own glory, on its own aggrandizement, on its own restoration of China to the top of the tree. It will stop at nothing to do that, and we are merely in its way. And obviously, they prefer to co-opt us to their way of thinking, but if necessary, they will undermine us and cheat and use whatever methods they can to bring us to our knees for their own advantage. That's the truth of the matter. That's the reality. It's time British politicians accepted it and reacted accordingly rather than pretending or wishing it somehow wasn't so.
Alan Mendoza, a very interesting and important insight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Malcolm.